Hey guys, welcome back to the 25th episode of Let's Play Space Engineers as a German engineer. I'm Daniel, I've been born and raised in Germany, and I've been living and working in the San Francisco Bay Area, Silicon Valley, as a software engineer for the last 10 or so years. In the last episode, we expanded our base, finally. Before that, this was all open, and we enclosed the entire space, added a couple of airtight spaces. I wanted to experiment with airtight spaces because we are going to build a space-capable ship soon, and who knew? It has to be airtight. But yeah, for this episode, I have a couple cool things planned, I think. Specifically, I want to kind of like do some fit and finish things, mostly, but I think they'll still be interesting. So primarily, the base last time, we kind of got the rough outline done. We've got like all the things in place, but like not everything is looking quite as I wanted to. So I want to work a little bit on decorating it and adding a little bit kind of like more decorative blocks in general. And then I also, one thing that is really bothering me already is like all these doors. They're cool and they compartmentalize the spaces nicely, and they kind of, if we actually had to keep the rooms pressurized, they would do that as well. But I don't want to constantly have to manually open and close them. So we're going to add some sensors that will do that for us. And then in regards to the mobile mining rig, it's been chugging along down there. Actually, I think I turned it off, so technically it's not chugging along right now. But the refineries, I hope, are chugging through all the stone that was in the inventory. And that is also like what I want to fix this time around. So I want to add a couple of things to the mobile mining rig. And don't worry, I will republish it to the workshop after I've made these alterations so that you can get the most up-to-date version of the mobile mining rig. Specifically, I want to add some assemblers. Adding the assembler is going to be really important because right now this is not connected to our base, so we can't easily get material to it. We have a ton of material there in terms of ingots and raw stone and whatnot. But if we actually want to build with that, we need to turn it into components, so we need some assemblers. So I'm going to sneakily attach some assemblers to the mobile mining rig. You won't be even able to tell that they're there, basically. In addition to that, I want to add an overflow vent. And so, if you can remember, at the ice base, we built this overflow vent, which basically is an ejector with a collector, and when the cargo within the system fills up, the ejector starts shooting out the overflowing stone, and then the collector immediately picks it up again and puts it back into the inventory system. But a sensor can detect a floating object, and when the sensor detects that floating object, it will basically is able to stop the mine. And only once that overflow subsides, that overflowing, the mine will resume operation. So that will prevent us from mining out a lot of material that then gets deleted because we don't have enough cargo space. Then there's a couple of kind of purely visual things that I want to change about the mobile mining rig. I want to add a catwalk and a staircase so that you can actually get to the cockpit and upstairs and to other parts of the mobile mining rig without having to kind of like use your jetpack. I think that would be pretty cool. I want to attach some more lights. There are a couple lights there, but I think it needs some more decorative lights to kind of like just light it up and make it more visually pleasing. And I already ghetto-rigged the gravel discharge onto it, but I want to rebuild that and make that proper. I just put it there last time so we can start throwing out some of the huge ones of gravel that have accumulated in it. And then lastly, we need to add an ore detector. Like, we can't have a mining rig that doesn't have an ore detector. That just doesn't line up. So we're going to do this. Yeah. Let's start with getting those sensors on the doors so I don't have to use my F key all the time. Okay, let's get that done. Okay, so I've set up these sensors here. They work. They're on default settings, basically, in terms of detection range and whatnot. One thing I learned, which I was curious about, show sensor field range. Doesn't seem to be working, is it? Yeah, I'm not sure. If you guys know, if there's a way to actually see the sensor detection bounding box, and somebody mentioned this in the comments before. I'm pretty sure, but this doesn't seem to be working. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I mean, this is a setting in the info panel, which means it's for the entire grid, right? Show sensor field range. Yeah, not sure. If you guys know how to fix that, let me know in the comments below. Okay. Let's put the other sensors down as well. I'm putting in another door here so that this can be properly airlocked as well. Not that I'm going to put in a vent in or anything, but right now this here is actually an external door that will always go to an unpressurized area. So it makes sense to have an airlock kind of situation. And I also noticed if you can hear the sensor trigger sound. Ah, the sensor triggers. Which sensor, you might ask? Well, the sensor down here. So I need to make the sensors not trigger going up. For this one, it's not critical. But for these other ones down here, it is. So I was just thinking, one idea I just had could be to put the vent underneath. And then there's obviously like a half block hole. But for that, I should be able to just put a what are these things called? Like a plate, the armor panel, a panel. That's what it's called. There we go. Put a panel on top. Oh, although that would make it air. Maybe there's is there? There are grids and stuff, right? Here, like I could use a catwalk. I could put a gated catwalk on top. I assume this is not airtight. Put that on top. So it's a flat, walkable surface. And then the air vent is below, and then can be vented and pressurized. Or pressurized and depressurized. And then this block here becomes available for sensors, because I don't have to put a panel on the outside. So this space here becomes available for sensors, so then you can have two sensors. Should we, let's, this is a conveyor tube. Let's see. I think I'll just build this back one more. Stone out of the way. So now if I bring it down earlier, the non-airtight side is to the left. That's fine, there's a block there. Put this here. Then remove this one.
Energy critical.
Put this one here. Again, the open side is facing the block, so no air can leak in. And then also, I think here I need a junction. And I don't think a T will work, because I can't... Yeah, I can't get it up. It's not a Y block, it's a T block. If that differentiation makes sense. So I do need a junction block here, like this. And even though these have like these little gaps here, I believe they are airtight. So that shouldn't be a problem. This here, however, is a problem. This needs to be welded up. So now I should be able to take an air vent and put it down here. Okay. Now if I close these doors, it should be pressurized, correct? Correct. I should be able to remove this sensor and put a catwalk on top. Okay. Nice, pressurized. And so I should be able to remove this here. I probably technically don't need these conveyors anymore up there, but I'm just going to leave them for now. Now I can have two sensors. See? Was totally worth it. All the effort. Let me configure these and then get back to you. Okay. So they're set up now. The walkthrough. They'll trigger. Let's finish the door quickly. So this sensor. It should be very simple to DC. So I'm going to go ahead and paste these again. But I do need to make some modifications. By the way, this door is a good use case if you have like something right behind the door.
No.
That said, if we actually wanted to make this a vented area, we can't because this whole hallway is the door. But these doors are not good for actual events. That's the TLDR. Okay. Yeah, that works. Just need to do this one here. Perfect. And then, since we removed the mining rig, there's no need for this here anymore. Done adding sensors to doors. Let's do a little bit of decoration. Okay, let's take a quick look at it, huh? This is the top floor. I've added some cargo containers and some benches and planters and the little table here that you've already seen. I added a clock. Is that the actual time? It is the actual time. Almost 20 past 11. Yeah, a little kitchen corner here. A new seat and table for my spectator. I will move him here. Some lockers in the corner. Yeah. Changed up a little bit the material on the walls and the paint. A little bit more of that over here as well. I really like these battered armor plates. Just put these plates up and they look like they're like patches on the wall. Pretty cool. And then down here I made the floor a little dusty and put up some more cargo container. It's like, I don't know, if something docks in here, like we'll unload it into this area, right? So there's going to be a lot of dust and stuff, and there's some lockers. Yeah, this is basically the only other change I made is there was the cargo container that is accessible from the top here was also accessible from here. I put another one of these plates on it. And that's basically it. I didn't really make any changes down here. Yeah. The fact that the floor... I don't mind the dirt, really, that much. But I do mind the grass poking through these blocks here everywhere. But I guess that's just what it is. Cool. I think we can put a check mark here too. Finish the decorating. Okay, let's work on the MMR, which is the actual interesting part, I think. So, adding assemblers is going to be critical so we can get everything else done. So I'm going to start with that. Let's actually, before we start installing anything, let's quickly talk about how I want to do this. So, I want to install the assemblers, but I also want to install the overflow vent. So if our refining is here and our storage starts here, then we need to put the overflow vent in here. However, right now, we actually have two exits from our refining to our storage. We can disconnect this storage container here from this conveyor block, and then hook it either up by going up or going over here. And then we could just put our overflow vent on this path here. And to avoid the refineries pushing material into the assemblers, I actually want the assemblers ideally to be beyond all of our storage, right? So if we want to have the assemblers on the far side of the storage, so refining, storage, and then assemblers somewhere on the far side of the storage. If we think about how the storage works, right? This is the first storage container and goes up, and then it's a circle here that connects all the other storage containers. The fact that we have a circle up here makes it more complicated, right? Because the circle creates a loop, and there's no one spot that's the furthest away from all of this, right? But I think the solution to this is we just put a sorter block somewhere up here. Yeah, right here. And that way, yeah, the circle, this ring, becomes a one-way path, really, right? So material won't be able to flow this direction. So material can only flow out in this direction. It needs to flow over here and over there. But importantly is the only way, if we then run conveyors down here, is gonna be by going to this cargo container and then up and then all around and around and around and down here to this cargo container and then over here. So basically, long story short, this is where I'm going to put my assemblers. Actually, I could put them here as well. That might make more sense. Okay, let me quickly put these pieces in place and reroute these conveyors and then get back to you. Okay, so I have built the conveyor up, the two assemblers, and disconnected these conveyors. I'm leaving these here for now. There's no real reason to remove them. And then I've also put the conveyor sorter up here to only allow flow of material in this one direction. The next order of business should be to install the overflow valve. So if I recall correctly, the overflow valve, I'll need to rethink how to build it. I can't remember from the top of my head how exactly it looks like, but I think I need like at least 3 blocks or something, and maybe 2 or 3 blocks in height. But yeah, I'll recharge my battery here, and then I'll put the overflow valve in place. I just realized connecting these will actually cause a problem. Now, disconnecting these will cause a problem. No material will be able to get to my assemblers anymore. So I think I need to temporarily get rid of the conveyor sorter here. Now I'm worried, will this cause any problems? No, everything should still be connected, right, in the other direction. It's just a temporary... I'll need to put the conveyor sorter in there back again. There you go. Now the assembler should work. Okay. I think everything is set up correctly. There was so much stone in this mine, I had to expel a bunch of it to be able to get this set up and ready. So I set up this overflow valve. There's this doesn't really need to be a conveyor junction block. It should just be could just be a T junction. I might replace it at some point. But this here is a whitelist sorter that only allows ores to go through, and stone is classified as an ore. This will throw out all, and this will collect it again and just basically allow it to circle. This sensor detects floating objects right above it, and if it detects a floating object, it will turn off the mine. And then it will turn on this 10-second delay timer block when it gets deactivated. So as soon as the collector picks up the ore, it'll turn on the timer block. And if it doesn't get reactivated within 10 seconds, this timer block will start the mine again. If it does get reactivated within 10 seconds, then it will stop the mine, which is not running at that point, and then restart this timer block. So as long as the material cycles, this timer block will never trigger. And so the mine won't turn on. The way that this material stops cycling is if it at some point it gets pulled out by these refineries, right? And it will get pulled out by the refineries once the refineries have processed all the other stone that's already backed up in their storage and this cargo container storage and so forth, or anywhere else in the base, really. I just realized. Okay. I just realized that I don't have a. I should have put a one-way, like a full duplex filter, here as well, and block all ores from entering the storage area. I would need to move this over a little bit more to fit a full duplex filter here. I can't put one before. I'll see how it fares without one. I think this conveyor here should have a preference to push material out top. So we might still trigger the loop even without the full duplex filter. If not, I will, and we will only be able to tell once the stone out of these containers is actually gone and processed. As long as this is still in here, we'll not be so lucky. The small cargo container that's between the two, I think it's this one. This will fill up with ores and material. It'll be a mix of both, which I don't love. So I might replace it with a conveyor junction. We'll figure it out. Oh, oh, no. That was not good. Are we okay? How bad's the damage? We might not be able to turn this anymore. I hit P. I hit the dreaded P key. I don't even know why. I wanted to hit F. I wanted to get out of the cockpit. Oh! Oh, okay. It looks like everything is still... Like, nothing broke. Nothing broke. But I'd be surprised if we can actually turn the mine. It's like slightly off center now. And it'll get, these here will get stuck here. Like, right? Okay. don't even know if we can retract it. We may have to take one of them drill heads off for the time being. Okay, I do wanna see if this turns off the mine though. So I'm gonna go in here. Let's turn the mine on, and this should start any moment over there. So far it's not though. Let's see what's happening. The drills are filling up. Okay, maybe... something was damaged somewhere. Because I can't take it out of the drills. Yeah. This conveyor tube was damaged. This one as well. All of these. Okay. Let's get in the cockpit here again. There's nothing in the overflow. Where are the drills? All of the material has emptied out. Okay, we're pulling from large cargo containers now. Okay, I can move it into the drill again. Okay, let's try that again. Turn them on again. They might not be producing enough material because they can't actually move. Yeah, they are not filling up and they're producing basically no material. So I'm gonna turn them off again, and I'm going to remove this last drill head here. So now this should be able to turn again. Industrial cockpit is full. The drills are producing a lot of material. And material is being put into the large cargo container. So it is not preferring the overflow valve for output right now. Toggle the mine back off again. What that means is that I'll need to move this thing back over a little bit. Okay, let me do that quickly, and then get back to you. Okay, so I've rebuilt the overflow valve, just left 3 blocks left, and then I put the full duplex sorter here. I've configured the outgoing sorter on all the ores individually instead of using the ore group. The main reason is that ice is considered an ore, but I don't have ice processing on this, so I do need to store ice in the cargo containers. I can't keep it in the refinery. It would just clog up the refinery. So, and doing it this way was easier than... I could have blacklisted this ore and done another sorter that whitelists. It would have I would have had to add more blocks. This was a little bit of work finding all the ores manually, but I think this is cleaner in the end. I've set up all the blocks here again. I hope everything is working. Let me actually... Can I have any stone in inventory? No. Let me grab some stone. I'm a little bit confused that the drills... Oh. Something broke again. Really? I'm not quite sure how that happened. Okay, let me grab some stone here. And stick it into this injector. Throw it out, yep. Didn't see the sensor go. timer block is not on. Sometimes the sensor will not actually register the floating object if it is too quickly. Why can't I access the large cargo container from... Oh. No, I should be able to, right? Oh, there's no active filter. Okay. Stone. No, actually all ores. All ores except for ice. But then I think ice should only go in here. Like, it shouldn't go in there. We'll see. We'll give it a shot. Grab some stone. Stick it in here. No. Let's make sure this is... Detect floating objects is on. There we go. Now the timer block is running. Then after 10 seconds, it should turn on the mine. There we go. And now let's... Now it's already overflowed. That was much quicker than I expected. Timer block is going. It's going to turn on the mine again. There we go. It will take until it overflows. I think it just did. Yeah. And there it goes again. This is okay. This is great. This is perfect. This is what we wanted to do. So, there is one last thing here in this regard. I need some space to buffer a little bit of stone. Just a little bit, so that it doesn't turn on and off, like, constantly. Not that it's a big problem, but I think it would be nicer if we had a little bit of buffer somewhere. One option could be to move the refineries a little bit and create a little bit of space there. Also, I don't like how this cow container is like mixed, that it has both stone, buffer stone and other stuff. So one possibility could be to build a buffer into the actual mining arm. I could replace any number of these conveyor pipes here. Or, actually that's a good idea. I think up there, this junction, I should be able to just stick a bunch of small cargo containers onto that as storage. Yeah, I'll do that. And then the other things that I wanted to do, move the ejector here, as well as build catwalk for to get around the mining rig without having to use jetpacks. So let me quickly refill my H2, and then we'll get working on that. catwalks are done. Originally, I thought I wanted to have them like on the outside, but I also wanted to use these half ones, and it turns out with the half ones, there simply is no good way to make them go around corners. I was able to do this here by attaching this half grid. Like the problem here, these half ones only exist in I think 3 variations. There's this one without any rails. There's this one with rails on both sides. There's this one with rail on one side, and there's this one with rail on the other side. That's it. The problem is that if you wanted to have 2 of these and connect them, like have them go around the corner. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong. Well, it kind of shows the point. You now have this. If you wanted to let's say that there was like the pillar here going up, right? If you wanted to have it go around, we'd have to have this weird thing kind of extend out here. There's no quarter size like half catwalk, right? There's no quarter, and even if there was a quarter, it would need the railing as well. Frankly, if there was a quarter piece that had the railing, this would have worked. But there isn't. So, like, basically, this piece here that we have for the wide catwalk, we would need for the half catwalk as well. And then we could have built this differently, but we don't. So, it is what it is. So I started building it with this, and then trying to go up this pillar here, I realized I wouldn't be able to build it with that, and so I switched to the 2 wide. And then since we had the 2 wide, the 2 wide just fits so nicely on top of the structure that we already have. So I decided to just slap it on top of that, so it would not take too much space. And so we have it all around the bottom. You can walk all around here, and I added some couch containers here for better access to material while building. And then you also have it all around up here. And then what else do we do? Oh yeah, it then goes down here and goes into the cockpit. So we can now access the cockpit and then walk up here. No problemo. Oh, I should weld these up. I just realized... Okay. I didn't weld these up because I wanted access to the assemblers. Oh yeah, I added some speed modules to the assemblers. Only 2 each for now. I might add some more on the bottom. There's really no reason not to at this point. And then I need to weld these 3 up still, and then I'll put a car container here since I can't access these here anymore. Having the car container here will be useful. And other than that, I think oh, I didn't put a... Wait, I'm confused. Pretty sure I did. Where's the catwalk? Okay, maybe I didn't. I thought I did. Okay, I'll build catwalk around here. I thought I'm so confused. I'm sure I did. Okay, I'll build catwalk around here. The only thing left right now is lights. I want to put up some lights. And I think then I'm done. Let me touch up the couple pieces here quickly. And then put up the lights and get back to you. I am probably crazy, but it happened again. These stairs disappeared. The catwalk disappeared. This one over here that disappeared last time is here. I returned to the base quickly to recharge my batteries and stuff, and they just disappeared. I'm wondering if they weren't attached correctly. Oh yeah, I placed this cargo container. I removed the block and placed the cargo container here, and I think what may have happened, I think the catwalks were attached to this block, and when I removed the cargo the block, this all detached. Like they're not actually attached to these ladders here, and this made this whole section detached. And when I left, it was like a ship grid without power, and then that despawns. Huh. Okay. Let's fix that. TAL, as they say. Today I learned. There we go. Lights are installed. I think I like it. It's not too much, but it lights up everything nicely, and it gives it a much more pleasant kind of like appearance. So one last thing that we haven't talked about yet that I need to do is I need to attach a dock for an actual drone or ship to dock. So that we can start moving away back to the base or wherever we need it, all the material that we gather with this. I think I want to put it here. Obviously these thrusters are a little bit in the way, but we want it on the top so that we can, or I think at least we want it on the top, right? So there's nothing in the way. I guess we could put it on the bottom. Maybe. Let's see here. Where could we put it? We have convey access here. We could just pull it forward. I think we could remove one gyro. I think we have... Oh, actually, it was actually quite sluggish in turning, so maybe we shouldn't be removing a gyro. Maybe we should not have it here, though. Maybe we should have one here and then another one here, so it turns a little bit better. And then we'll just have this come out here and come up here and just have a dock up here. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's do that. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Oops. I did want to grind it back a little bit, but I didn't want the whole thing to come down. But that's fine.
Inventory full.
It's the one block I can't take off. Okay, I built a landing port here. A docking port, landing pad, whatever you want to call it. So I put this hinge, this connector on two hinges so I can lift it up and lower it a little bit. It seems a little crooked. And when I was trying to place it down, I couldn't place this crate here. Great. Until I'd lowered it all the way down. So, yeah, it definitely looks like it's closer to this. Not quite sure what's going on here. I hope that it'll work. So, I am gonna quickly get the hauler to make sure that I can dock it. But I'm not gonna set up any drone routes or anything like that, routes or anything like that just yet. I'll keep that for the next time, I think. But yeah, let's see. Let's quickly grab the hauler. There we go. Uh-oh. That, did not look good. Should try it again? Is it the engines? Will this happen if I turn off the engines? Yes, it will happen if I turn off the engines. Okay. I don't know. If you have any ideas what's going on here. Is it the hinges? Is it because I have too much stuff here? Here, wait a second. Will this happen if I remove these? It actually popped out. Let's remove these here. This might not be. They were kind of confining this connector in a quite unhealthy way. Okay, let's it's not. Oh. It's not quite as violent as it was, but violent enough. That's for sure. Yeah, no. This is... Yeah, I'm not sure. If you have any idea what this is and how I can fix that, please let me know in the comment section below. Let's bring this thing home here, and then we'll look at the dashboard. Ah, I like it. Oh, it's looking good. This one I might have to adjust a little bit. Let's do it maybe 3.5 meters. Better. Not great, but better. Okay. What's going on? MMR. We added assemblers. Done. We added an overflow one. Then done. We added the catwalk and a staircase. Done. We added more lights. Done. We added a gravel discharge. Done. We did not add an ore detector. You know what? That's not super exciting anyway. I might just do this off screen. I'll call it done as well. Next time you see it, the rig, there will be an ore detector. And in addition to that, we also added the dock, which isn't even on this list. Although it's not really working. It's I might just slap a connector somewhere and like not on a hinge but statically. Oh, do hinges have a shear and air-shear tensor? Okay, I'll check that. Maybe I need to activate shear and air-shear tensor with the hinges or something like that. If you know what's going on, please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, maybe I'll have figured out by next time how to fix it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It greatly helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like this, please make sure to subscribe. I upload Space Engineers videos twice a week, and there's lots of other cool stuff to explore on the channel. If you know somebody who might enjoy this video too, please make sure to share it with them. It's the best way to help the channel grow. And otherwise, appreciate you watching and spending your time with me. Thanks a lot. See you guys next time. Bye.